All right, welcome back to another Koenji-shan Reviews. And this pile of manga is my manga haul for October 2021. Yes, I am compulsive, but in my defense, I got a ton of good deals this month that I couldn't pass up on, which means I am simply compulsive. But I think there's too much here to go over into one video, so let's split this up into two videos. I got a ton of retro horror manga. I got a bunch of other weird stuff mixed in here, some anthologies, some Gekiga. I got a whole bunch of retro and vintage manga magazines. I got Gendai Manga 1 and 2, most of the series, as well as a bunch of other random cool stuff to go through here for you. So, let's get into it. Alright, let's start off with some Kaze Shinobu, who worked under Go Nagai for Dynamic Pro. Just awesome stuff. Extremely awesome stuff. I've been trying to collect as much as I can this month so I can do a special video about it, but I need to pick up a couple more things before I can do a full video. But one of his most popular works, of course, is Chijo Saikyo no Otoko Ryu, or Ryu, the strongest man on the face of the planet. Or as I like to say, Ryu, the best manga on the face of the planet. It is extremely awesome. Has some cool color pages in the beginning. So cool. And then his other release, which is quite popular. These are getting harder and harder to find. People overseas just want them. They just want them. Violence and Peace, also extremely awesome. Violence and Peace, I believe, was released through Heavy Metal, so there is some English out there available. If you dig around in the inner tubes, you can find some stuff, but gotta have the Japanese version. And in my quest for more and more Kaze, I found this horror anthology. This is Holy 2. It has some Inuki Kaneko, some Ochazuke Nori, Kaze Shinobu, and Tanima Yumeji, who we'll talk about later, and Hino Hideshi. This is just awesome. Horror stuff. So he did horror as well. Also, he did this, I found him in this 2-volume set Medium. And here we got, again, Kaze Shinobu. This follows someone with psychic powers that can connect. She can connect her mind with spirits. And I found this Pucci Flower, I knew had one horror story of his. This is Kaze Shinobu down here. It's car death related. If you're in our Discord, Koenji-shan Reviews, then you might have heard me talk about this kind of theme that's popular in retro horror manga of vehicular homicide. I actually spent $50 on 10 volumes of this just for this one story. But a lot of this stuff I picked up pretty reasonably. I think I got these for 1,000 yen or 1,200 yen, about $10. I got this Holy 2 is pretty easy to find for about $4. But these are getting harder and harder, anywhere between $20 and $50, $60 for Ryu or Violence and Peace. But just hang tight there, people. I promise I will bring you a full video on Kaze Shinobu here soon. Shout out to the homie, Johnny Ryan released Porn Basket this last week. You guys gotta pick this up while you have a chance. Thanks, homie, for sending it over to me. To Sean. Yeah, man. So stoked to get this. So stoked to get this. Black and white and color mixed throughout. Really fun. Check it out. Get it while you can. All right, like I said, I got a lot of retro horror, weird stuff. So let's go through some of that. I just mentioned in Holy 2, Tanima Yumeji. And man, it's shoujo manga. Really cute stuff. This is one of his earlier works, but gets so gory, man. Lots of beheadings, lots of worms, lots of family death, death of friends. And I've just really been trying to collect as much of this Tanima stuff as I can. And Ooh, worms coming out the face. And so I picked up a bunch of these. This is awesome. This is the after school spirit or ghost, not demon. Why don't we say that? The Hokago no Akure. So Akuryo. Sorry. So the after school demon. It's really fun. This is one of the earlier releases. I scored this for about $15 with shipping, but I saw it online yesterday for $50. This is an anthology series. It has some Tanima in it. This is another one I haven't read yet. I'm looking forward to reading that. This is the Zombies of Friday the 13th. I read the first couple stories out of it. Really fun stuff. So hold tight there, people. There's going to be a Tanima Yumeji video coming soon. This also has some Inuki Kaneko in it as well. And I've been finding a bunch of weird old retro stuff. This is the Ogon Battle, the Golden Bat. This was released in 1975, but the story was originally released in the 1940s. I mean, check it out. I've only got up to here. Check out this dude. Whoa. I gotta admit, the Japanese, although I can read it all, sometimes I'm like, what are they saying here? This old ass Japanese, but that's a real fun one. And Occult Roman by Tsunoda Jiro. This is a fun one as well. I haven't really read it, just as my general rule, went through the first 5 pages because it's Roman. There's some sexy time stuff in there, but it's also occult, thus Occult Roman. This is really fun. I forget what year this was from. I want to say late 60s. Let's take a look. No, this is 1984. 84 to 86 it ran. Huh. Well, there you go. This one's really old. I'll get into these. Maybe I'll do some just flip throughs for Instagram for these. All right, some people that you do know of. Let's see what we got here. Bunch of Umezz. So first of all, I had 14 Jionsai by Umezz Kazuo, of course. And there's Chicken George, one of the best characters in the world. And I thought I had the whole set, 14 volumes of the tankobon, but it turns out that the bunko, the little version, is 14 volumes and the tankobon is 20. So then I went online, I couldn't find the rest of the series, so I just bought a whole series, the whole 20 volume series, and then my 1 through 14 that I had, I sent to our homie Chu over there on the other part of Japan. And in return, Chu is so awesome that he sent me all 5 volumes of I Am Shingo. So I can't wait to get into this. As you may know from my previous videos, Umezz is going to be out with his first release in 25 years, that in January of next year. And I guess he's been working for about 4 years on the series. I'm excited for that. So I'm trying to catch up on a whole bunch of Umezz stuff between now and January. I had 1 and 3 of Baptism or Senrei. And I found 2 of the Akita Comics version online. And I had to pick this up because I wanted to complete the set and read it. Also, I picked up this one-off tankobon. I think I got this at Mandarake in Akiba, and I gotta do a flip through of it. It's so weird. I've never seen him do this. It's from the early 80s. He's got this emo kind of dude that narrates it and kind of tells jokes in between horror stories. It's really funny. But I'll definitely do some flip through stuff of this at some point. Here we have some Hino Hideshi. I read this last month. Really fun one. And per usual, there is Rot and Decaying. It's the story of a girl that's dead. She's clinically dead, but she's alive, so she just begins to rot and wither away. Maggots. So fun. This was a good one. And I've been collecting a whole bunch of Sugito Koji. And I picked up these two this month. I'm definitely going to do a full video. See, this one I haven't even opened yet. How much did I pay for it? 600 yen for this one at Mandarake in Nakano. I'm going to do a whole Sugito video at some point, from the Kashihon era through Hibari in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and so on. A little bit lesser known than a lot of the other Hibari mangaka, but lots and lots, like 100 releases or so. I had The Laughing Vampire by Suehiro Maruo. I had volume 1, and then I realized I never got around to getting volume 2. The place around the corner from my house had it for 1,000 yen, $10. So I picked it up. A little bit of Eroguro for this fine holiday season. I am quite sure this is available in English. And I got these dirt cheap. Irene of Love Revisited. This is a classic. You can kind of find this anywhere, but I think I got one for 250 yen, and then I found another one for 300 yen at a separate place. And this month just randomly. So I was able to pick up both of those for about $5-6, something like that. Pretty cool artwork. Hideki Arai. Yep. Trying to make this video a little bit more manageable. If you haven't watched it yet, I did a whole Ishii Takashi video this last month on Tenshi no Harawata. And I also went through Illumination a little bit. I went through Marake or Marak. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Extremely violent, extremely sexual, lots of attacks against women, but crazy Gekiga from the late 70s. So if you're into wild stuff, check out that video. I posted that a couple weeks ago. But Ishii is fantastic. Just great artwork. But you have to have a strong stomach to take it, It's really violent stuff. I mean, whenever you start getting yakuzas and rape gangs in a manga, it starts to get really wild. Here's some more random stuff I got. So sometimes I'm stupid. I went out for lunch and I didn't have anything to read, so I stopped at the convenience and I grabbed this. This is Mizu Shobai manga related to ladies of the night or night workers, hostesses and whatnot, and a lot of stalker stories. Super erotic, super weird, just sitting on the shelf at 7-Eleven, as they do. And I kind of skimmed through it while I was eating, and I'm like, I don't know why the hell I bought this. And I paid Teika, or retail price for it, which was like $7 or something like that. Yeah, $7.60. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. So everyone makes mistakes. I got this Nishikaze Dead End Street, which, if you don't know Nishikaze, it's for car racing and car enthusiasts, people that are really into cars. And I'm not really into cars. In fact, I hate driving in Japan. Last time I drove in America, well, not the last time, but a while back, I got in a car wreck. I got rear-ended on a freeway by a big truck, and with the fam in the car, which was super scary. So I'm not too much into cars anymore like I was when I was younger, but the art is super cool. I heard the stories are pretty good, so I picked it up, and it wasn't that much. I think it was like 600 or 400. No, this one. Actually, I found this one at Sankakuyama around the corner from my house for 100 yen, for $1. I got a bunch of stuff I got like 6 volumes around the corner last weekend for 950 yen, so about $9. And they were all cool things. So like I said before, sometimes I cannot pass up good deals. This I've been reading. This is super fun. This is Maggie's Dog, Magi's Inu. And it's a story of a couple. She's the boss. He's the hitman. He is her dog. He does whatever she says. And this is fun. I mean, it starts off with a string of just murder, kill. So, murder. More murder. Barely any talking, just more murder. Man, it is a wild one. But Hitman story. I don't know if I could say it's horror, but look at that. It's wild. He put like a coin inside the scarf so that when he's strangling, it crushes the windpipe. Wild stuff. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm reading it. I'm about that far so far. Yeah. And I've been meaning to collect some Ebisu Yoshikazu. Of course, he's more of a TV talent nowadays, but he's from that Hitauma era of like the crappy artwork, which is actually really good artwork, which has become pretty common nowadays among, QQB back in the past. But nowadays, you see even like tattoo artists are doing a lot of this. It's kind of looks, at first glance, it looks like low-grade art, but then you really look at it and it's definitely high grade, a lot of thought put into it and stuff. This is his gourmet or his gourmet collection. You can actually find Pits of Hell that he released in English, translated by Ryan Holmberg. It's available in, Europe and North America, I'm sure. And I would strongly recommend getting that. I'm looking for it myself. I want to get the first release of it, which is a little bit hard to find these days in Japanese, but I'll eventually find it. But Ebisu. This is Tokunan Seiichiro. And I picked this up also for pretty cheap, 400 yen. Wild artwork, right? I love me the weird. I love me some horror. Don't mind the ero. Love the guro. Love me some gag stuff. And this looks weird, but I haven't got into it yet. All right. Got a few more things here. Like I was saying, QBB before, also of that kind of era. Some of the stuff is just comic strips. And then there are some, they do manga stories as well. It's a team. But this is a collection of strips. And it's fun to just kind of flip through here and there. This, Sato Masaaki, Leaden Cross. I started reading this. This is kind of like a sexy spy thriller. Really fun. Oh, in the 80s, they like scuba diving with knives and catching people. This is a blackmail ring. Cool, yeah. I've read to, somewhere around here. The car chase scenes look really cool. And I'm sure there'll be a vehicular homicide somewhere, so I'm looking forward to that. This also, I already started reading. Yeah, I know, I always have too many things on my plate. I have the stuff that I'm prepping for videos, and then I have stuff that I'm reading for just personal interest, just for fun. And then I have stuff that I'm reading to study, like I just finished Ryan Holmberg's The Translator Without Talent, and, other little research things. But luckily, in my job, I have the opportunity to read a lot in between work. So that's how I can kill so much manga a month, guys. Gals. All y'alls. Ooh. And this is an anthology I picked up at Mandarake in Akihabara when I was over there for $6. Yep. 600 yen. And I picked it up because it's got some Hanawa Kazuichi in here and some Morohoshi Daijiro. I always like to try to find some other horror mangaka that I'm not so familiar with. Morohoshi, of course. Let's fast forward a bit. And this, of course, is Hanawa Demon. I don't want to read too much because I haven't broke into this yet, and I don't want spoilers for myself. That's quite a bit of stuff. I thought I would try not to make you guys and gals watch 45, 50 minutes of me going through my manga haul every month. So that's why I decided to split this one up into two parts. This one I kind of tried to focus on the horror stuff, but in part 2 here, I'm going to cover a whole bunch of retro and vintage manga magazines, some manga encyclopedias, some Gekiga stuff, and some other random stuff in there as well. So hang tight and check out part 2 of this video. Also, thanks to everyone who subs, likes, and shares. You are the bee's knees. You are the ghosts with the most. I dig you all. And if you want to know more about the stuff that I pick up and other recommendations, join us in our Discord, Koenji-san Reviews. There's a link here on YouTube. And yeah, until part 2, which is coming right up, mata ne.